Hi, I'm Devin Stewart from the Carnegie Council. For more than 95 years, the Carnegie Council has been promoting ethics in international affairs. Please consider donating to our annual fund by going to carnegiecouncil.org and click on support. Thank you very much.
So here's the problem. It starts with people and ends in people. People, through their lives, their production, consumption, the way they live, emit greenhouse gases. They emit more greenhouse gases than the Earth can absorb, and therefore the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere rises. It's a flow-stock problem, and that's critical to the logic of the whole thing. The flow of emissions, because they're not fully absorbed, add to the stock. The next link in the chain is from the increase in stocks of greenhouse gases to temperature increases. That's the very simple greenhouse effect. It's a piece of science that goes back nearly 200 years now to French mathematician and physicist Fourier. By the end of the 19th century, the gases that were causing this effect were basically identified, and there was some initial quantitative work on how big some of these effects might be. The greenhouse effect is very simple physics and chemistry, and it's, those of you who have been in the greenhouse will have noticed that it's warmer in the greenhouse than outside, for very good reason, that the glass in the greenhouse prevents some of the infrared energy escaping, and that's how the greenhouse effect in the atmosphere works. So it's not mysterious or complex or dubious science, it's just a very basic physics and chemistry effect. So from global warming, from increased concentrations, increased temperatures, from increased temperatures to climate change. And the language of climate change is the language we should use, not global warming, because it's climate change that causes the problem, and most of it's through water in some shape or form: storms, floods, droughts, sea level rise. The temperature does have a direct effect in some cases through heat stress, changing the length of growing seasons and so on, but basically it's the effect of the increased temperature on the climate that's the issue. And of course those effects, storms, floods, droughts, sea level rise, have their very direct impact on people. So that's the logic of the problem. Key aspects of that chain of events, there were 5 links in the chain, you were counting, that I just described. The logic of that problem shapes the economics and the politics of it all in a very profound way. First, the atmosphere doesn't recognize where the greenhouse gases came from. It doesn't matter whether it's Los Angeles or Beijing or Johannesburg or London. They have the same effect. So it's global in its origins and it's global in its impact. That global feature of the problem is absolutely fundamental.